In a world gone silent, the loudest voice was his own. Ash Mercer was the last man on Earth. At least, that's what he believed. 6 years had passed since the virus swept through the world like a tide of death. It came quietly, without warning. One moment, life was ordinary. The next, humanity was choking, bleeding, and fading out. Entire cities emptied like unplugged bathtubs. No broadcasts, no help, no survivors. Except Ash, he'd always been a loner. A former Marine who found comfort in silence, structure, and solitude. While the world burned, Ash fortified an apartment tower in the middle of Houston. 10 stories of concrete, steel, and isolation. He walled off the street with scrap metal, welded buses, and barbed wire. He installed solar panels, rain collectors, fire traps. Every window was sealed, every door reinforced. Inside, his world was precise, controlled, safe. He followed a strict routine. He scavenged only on Mondays and Thursdays. He kept logs, sharpened his tools, practiced combat drills on dummies made of tires and tape. He didn't talk to himself, at least not at first. But loneliness, it's a slow rot. And then, the strangeness began. At first, it was little things. His boots were in the wrong place. A can of beans opened, but untouched. His knife moved slightly on the workbench. He wrote it off fatigue, distraction, maybe the wind. Then, one morning, he found something on the roof. A map drawn in ash. Several blocks of the city, red circles marked certain buildings. Ash stared at it for a long time. He hadn't drawn it. He checked his security feeds. No breaches, no movement. 2 days later, a message appeared in charcoal on the wall of his garage. Don't go to the red zone. Ash froze. He hadn't told anyone about the map. There was no one to tell. He stopped sleeping properly, set traps, wired extra cameras, doubled his precautions. None of it helped, because the next time he opened his eyes, he wasn't in bed. He was outside his compound, 10 blocks away, in the ruins of an old church. A fresh wound on his arm, a blood-stained crowbar on the floor, and absolutely no memory of how he'd gotten there. When he returned home, a new message was waiting for him. This time, written in black marker across his refrigerator. You sleep too deep? I'm trying to help. That was when he understood. He was sleepwalking, but not just walking. He was acting, building, scavenging, writing messages to himself. While he slept, another version of Ash took over. He began calling it the wake self. Smarter, colder, efficient, unbothered by fear or hesitation. It left him messages, warnings, even saved his life, more than once. Ash tried to fight it, tied himself to his bed, locked every door from the inside, swallowed sleeping pills to knock himself out fully. It didn't matter. He still woke up in strange places, with new supplies, new scars, tools in his pack he didn't remember collecting, and in his notebooks, entries written in his own handwriting but with a voice that wasn't his. One line stood out. You trust the daylight too much. Ash decided to confront it. He left a message in his safe room written, on the mirror in red ink, who are you really? Then he took the pills, slept deeply. He woke up on the roof again. A message had been carved into his skin, shallow, precise, permanent. I am the reason you're still alive. Panicked. He rushed back and pulled the security footage. Gone. All of it. Replaced with loops. Perfectly timed video of himself sleeping peacefully. Until the very end of the last file. One frame. His own face. Wide awake. Staring into the camera. Smiling. That's when he realized the truth. The version of him that came out at night was better at surviving. Ruthless, focused, and maybe, just maybe, it didn't want him to wake up ever again. Ash sits at his desk. His hands tremble as he records a message. If anyone ever finds this, I'm not alone. Not really. I thought I was, but there's something else in here. Something that moves when I don't. Something that knows more than I do. And I think it's trying to take my place. The recorder keeps rolling as he falls asleep. Then he straps on a pack, checks the crowbar on his hip, and walks through the door into the early morning haze toward the edge of the ruined city, off to scavenge, while Ash sleeps.